Hey, how you doing today? It's your girl Asune. Today we're going to be talking about how to get underachieving students to improve. If as a parent, school or teacher, you're not going to be all out to get your underachieving student to improve, this is not for you. Many times, no matter what we do, underachieving students don't make much progress. So we are stuck and it feels as if we are missing something. But we know deep down that underachieving students can improve. You know that underachievement is reversible. So when a student is underachieving and the underachievement is reversed, he begins to perform less like an underachiever and behaves less like an underachiever in line with our expectations. So why don't students like this improve enough to make significant progress? Number one, our expectations was not communicated and translated into what is called agreements. When we use what is called a trifocal, we set up a meeting with the students and its parents to discuss our expectations and roles that the students must play, and then we ask for the students' agreement. Secondly, perhaps the tools, the resources, or the techniques that we used did not work for that child, even though those techniques, those tools, those resources may have worked for other children. For example, if this particular student is passionate and we use techniques or tools or resources that worked for, say, superstars, it may not work for a passionate, so that may be one of the reasons. And thirdly, it may mean that we did not meet the empowerment need of that child. You see, when you don't use the right techniques, the right tools, the right resources, you would not meet the empowerment need of that child. And fourthly, perhaps the age and mental language of the child was not considered. And lastly, the skills the child should master has not been mastered. So it just means that you are in a hurry. You should exercise more patience. Now, to change the situation of things, you need to update the empowerment plan and work on that child over again, or give more time. Be willing to put in more efforts. So how do you do that? Number one, you have to set up the trifocal. That is, set up a meeting where you share your expectations with the students and ask for the students' agreement, usually in the presence of the students' parents or somebody like a guardian. Number two, you collect techniques that work for that child or that would work for the child. And thirdly, you make sure that those techniques can ultimately meet the empowerment needs of the child. And number four, use what is called the 4M techniques. The 4M techniques is about motivation, mentoring, modeling, and multiplication. To plan out how you see those techniques that you listed out over a period of time to empower the students to improve. Then you consider the age, of course, and the mental language of the student. And lastly, you list out the skills that the child must master, that the student must master, and plan out how the student will master those said skills. It's not enough for you to list out those skills, but you should also plan out how the students would master those skills over a period of time. By the way, do you know how to use the 4M technique? Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell notification icon so that you can be notified when I show you how to use the 4M technique. Did you get value? Like, share, comment, and reach out to me if you got some value.